Check us out in my baby fanny pack and my new jeans, y'all. Touche, touche, baby. Bum, 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 bum. Greetings, loved ones, and welcome back to another vlog. Today, I am getting a hair treatment. I have my hair in braids and it's a little greasy. I tried to call them and ask if I needed to shower before I get the treatment done. I forget the name of the exact one that I'm getting, but it's basically to repair and hydrate my scalp and my hair. It has like aloe vera and some other nice calming things in it because I just feel very dry postpartum, but they did not get back to me. So I came with dirty hair and I hope that's okay. And then I'm also getting my eyebrows waxed, which I'll show you them before. They're actually not that bad. I tweeze my brows now, but I mean, because I wear glasses most of the time, it like goes along my brow shape. So I feel like people generally don't really notice my brows, but I was saying in my last vlog that I really want to get contacts this year and just like have those as an option. It's actually been really hard for me to try to get contacts though, because you have to go to a specific optician, and my eye doctor apparently does not do contact fittings or anything. Like, he can make my glasses prescription into a contact prescription, but he said he cannot show me how to put them in or take them out or like tell me anything about contacts, because that's not what he does. So I called to a bunch of places around town, and literally everywhere is either A, not accepting new patients, or B, not doing contacts either. So that's just a whole other journey for me, and I think I might have to go to like Walmart or Target eye care or something. But I do want to get my brows done, and they have like a brow shaping here on top of waxing. They like, you know, see how they're supposed to be shaped for your face. And I have not had a professional look at my eyebrows ever since I used to go to Benefit Cosmetics to get my brows waxed when I lived in LA. Like, that was literally the last time. Also, I have Corvidia with me at the salon today, which was not in the plan at all, but my mom brain completely forgot to tell Finley that I had this appointment today, and he's literally 45 minutes away in Keene getting a bunch of stuff for our bathroom renovation. And I texted him being like, shit, I completely forgot to tell you this. And he was like, no, it's my bad. Maybe I forgot and you did tell me. And I was like, no, I definitely did not tell you. I don't know what's wrong with me. Actually, I do. Postpartum. I just read this whole book called Matrescence, which I loved, and I have a book review of it up on my Bookstagram, which is Mother Truckin' Bookworms, if you're interested. I also have a Goodreads, so you can read it on there as well. But throughout pregnancy and birth and postpartum, you do lose a significant amount of gray matter in your brain. So yes, mom brain is real. It's not like I've gotten stupider, but just like memory and other things really take a toll, and then different parts of your brain actually gain matter, like your ability for risk analysis, so you can like tell if you and your baby are in danger, stuff like that. But this is all just to say, yeah, I'm bringing my baby, and she's either gonna sit on my lap or sit in her stroller or something while I get all of this done. But I'm excited. And then I think after this, I'm gonna go and get my rings resized. New brows, who this? She told me that I need to grow in a little bit into this area and this area, and then my tails, and then my part's a little off, but that's okay. She gave me a good blow dry, which was awesome. And my glorious hair is so soft and amazing right now, and it smells so good. And also, my stylist has a 5-month-old son, so we chatted about that, and we have a mutual friend. And now I'm gonna go get my rings resized. Okay, we are back home now, and my damn window fogged up, but I want to do a little book haul. When I dropped off my rings, they told me that they wouldn't be ready until tomorrow. So I was like, okay, well, I paid for parking and I'm right by my bookstore, so I'm going to go in. And I also renewed my membership there so I can get like discounts on my books. But I got the new Sally Rooney book. I've heard good things, and she's like the biggest one yet for a Sally Rooney read. Pretty thick. And then I got some other stuff that's on my to read list. This book of poems. It's been a while since I've read some poetry. This is Woman Without Shame, a book of poems by Sandra Cisneros, I believe is how you pronounce her name, but I could be wrong. And then I really liked Taste by Stanley Tucci, so I got his second book, which is called What I Ate in 1 Year and Other Related Thoughts. I'm a Tuccinator. What can I say? I love that man. So hot. Yeah, he has like a weird energy about him where it's just like, he's totally smoking hot to me, but he's also funny, but also he gives like dad energy. It's actually kind of really confusing for me to even describe. And then lastly, I got Down the Drain by Julia Fox. I was considering listening to this on audiobook because I have been listening to a lot of audiobooks in the past few months, but I decided to just get the hardcover version of it. I've heard great things. And look at the back of it. Looking like an icon. So yeah, 4 books. That's actually a lot more than I would normally get in one sitting, but these will last me a couple of months. And sometimes I do a mixture of, yeah, like checking out from the library, buying from thrift books, and then buying from my local bookstore. You just gotta support around, okay? And shop freaking local. But also I wanted to say on the resizing my ring note, my finger is pretty much healed. Like there is still a little bit of dryness under where my rings were. And I told the guys at my jewelry shop about it, and they were like, yeah, that probably was too tight if it was causing your skin to like have a reaction. And my rings were a size 7, and I tried on a 7.5, and it was still too tight. So they were like, let's just go a full size up. So I'm gonna wear a size 8 now. And the guys there at the shop were very funny, but also very understanding. And it's like a father and son who run the shop. And the dad was like, didn't we resize your rings before? Like, I remember seeing these rings and I was like, yes, you did before my pregnancy. But now, sir, I don't know anything about my body, okay? I don't know what's happening. I don't know why I need to keep resizing my rings. And he was like, yes, just lots of changes. And he knew at that point to probably stop asking questions. He was like, hey, okay, whatever you say. Also, do you guys like my earrings? I got these for Christmas. My little wiener dog in mustard. They matched with my little outfit today. Okay, I'm gonna take my sleeping baby out of the car and go eat something.
Day 2.
Okay, it is the next day now. I haven't had many exciting updates to share today. We've just been cuddling and playing and feeding, and I think I'm gonna try to make some kind of food. I need to go downstairs and just like see what we have because I feel like I'm due for a grocery shop. But before we do that, I wanted to say some very exciting news that I just found out. I just got off the phone with my bestie Gina from Atlanta. One of my high school BFFs, bridesmaid at my wedding, blah 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 blah, the whole 9 yards. She is going to grad school in Portland, Maine. And I truly told her, I mean, I was like, I know we've been talking about the possibility of this, but this just was not on my 2025 bingo card. Actually living in the same region as her again. I am so happy about this news and I cannot believe it. She'll be like a 3-ish hour drive from where I live, but it's so much better than driving down basically the entire East Coast to get to Georgia. And she's moving in May, which is the same time that Corvidia will be turning 1. So I told her if it's not too rushed, she's obviously invited to come to her first birthday party and we can have our Northeastern reunion. But life is just good. This was just really a great friendship update for me. Woo! All right, y'all, I don't have much, so I think I'm just going to make a quiche. I already chopped all of my kale, and then Finley loves making quesadillas. So he has a giant bag of sharp cheddar that I'll put like a handful of into this recipe, but it's just gonna be really easy. I'm just gonna crack a bunch of eggs, basically. Should we listen to our book? This egg is ginormous.
1 block remained. Until they reached the iron fence, Kaol had no sounds in his head, no feeling in his body. He and Aelin didn't speak as they neared the iron gates.
Okay, let's whip up these eggs. Honestly, y'all, having an immersion hand blender like this has seriously changed my life. I feel like, obviously, sometimes it's fantastic to have a whisk, and I still use my whisk for many things. But having the hand blender for soups or, you know, blending eggs, fantastic. Okay, I'm putting a bunch of kale at the bottom of my cast iron pan, a giant handful of cheese, give or take a cup. I don't know, I'm not measuring it. And I might actually need to use the whole dozen eggs. Actually, no, this should be good. Wait, I'm not making a quiche, I'm making a freaking frittata. This also honestly just feels like a glorified omelet. Whatever, just cook this, I don't know, for like 15 minutes. Also, I don't know how many of you noticed this when I was mopping in that one clip in last week's vlog, but we just installed, and by we, I mean Finley just installed our door medallions. I don't know what they're called, just like the little quarter pieces on the trim to make the door look nicer. But I'm loving it. I think it is so cute. And this stain of wood is like almost the same as this that's in the house for all of the other wood, but we already had this stain, this lighter one, so we've just been using that to kind of contrast against the dark wood of all of the walls in here. But it's good stuff, honey. All right, y'all, this is not sponsored, but I'm gonna be trying a new deodorant and I just got it in the mail, so I wanted to show it to you. It's from Routine Natural Deodorant and it's called Sexy Sadie. And it literally says, at the ranch, on the town, combat boots, vintage gown, up past midnight, little so-and-sos. Blue check verified, but please, no photos. That's an insane thing to put on deodorant packaging. Okay, well, first impressions, we're not obsessed with the smell.
I mean, it just smells like wax or something.
Yeah. I bought this with my own hard-earned money. I used to use Native, and I still do love them. I just ran out. And I just kind of felt like in postpartum, my pits were still stank-a-poo. You know what I mean? And then I was using, what was I using? Oh.
Hey, girl, I know what you mean.
I know you know.
Look, I'm kidding, babe. Wait, there's only one stinker in the house right now, and it's Mrs. P-Knuckles over there, who's really learning how to blast and more powerful too.
And then I was using Wild deodorant for a while as well, which I also really enjoyed. But then I ran out of that. And then you know what I said? I said, hey, I'm gonna head to the old forums and ask what people use. And this was like overwhelmingly suggested. Anyway, this is the scent profile. And I'm actually not really an orange girl or a citrus scent girl in general, but hey, I'm gonna try it. I'll let you know how it goes.
Day 3.
All right, folks, it's the next day now, and I'm about to go out on the town. I need to send off a couple of letters. I just got 2 Christmas cards mailed back to us, returned to sender. It is like the end of January, and I sent them very early December, so it's just kind of crazy to me. That wasn't even a cry. She's just letting me know she's ready to go. I hear you, sister. Anyway, I have Corvidio with me and we're gonna go out to just, run a couple of errands. Probably go to the co-op, pick up my rings, pick up my alterations, and just be gone for a couple of hours because Finley is doing some bathroom renovation stuff. So we're gonna give him some time alone with his power tools and go hit the town. Check me out, y'all. I got my cloak back from my alterations guy. Obviously, it's not very cute with this outfit. I'm wearing my comfy cozies, but it's awesome. So happy. It's like wearing a blanket. And I got the rest of my stuff too. I'm just most excited about my cloak. Got my rings back, hell yeah. And they fit really well. I will say I am readjusting to like how they feel between my fingers though, because they had to solder some extra gold onto the bottom bands because, well, you can only stretch your ring so much before they will just need a little extra help, you know? But I'm definitely happy to have them back. I haven't had my rings on for like a week and a half or something, and it was starting to feel a little bit weird. Also, I'm gonna go grab some things from the co-op. We don't need that many groceries. We have a fair amount of frozen food right now as well. But I do need a couple of things. I need some apples, I need some carrots, just like general produce. And also I'm all out of olive oil, which is a whole thing, so let's go get some stuff. Okay, I'm back home now. As you can see, I'm in my bathroom and I really didn't get that much crazy stuff at the co-op. I basically just needed a bunch of produce. They have this giant bag of ecologically grown Vermont apples and I eat those every day as a snack with cheese, with peanut butter, whatever. You know, I'm just trying to be a little bit healthier, y'all. Sue me. You guys know I've been in my new year, new me era, but also now I'm in my new year, new mood era with some help from Terry Naturally. So shout out to them for sponsoring this video. Self-care goes down to the core for caring for your nervous system as well. So this year I've been paying extra attention to caring for my heart and nervous system health by taking bioactive magnesium complex from Terry Naturally. Magnesium is one of the most critical minerals for overall health, mentally, physically, you name it. I've been taking it every day for months because during pregnancy and postpartum, I've been shocked by the amount of extra care I need to give my tendons, ligaments, and cartilage. When you're looking for the right magnesium, you want one that absorbs well, is backed by synergistic nutrients, and is easy on the stomach. Bioactive magnesium complex is the perfect choice. It provides relief of occasional muscle cramps, helps mood and emotional well-being, and like all of Terry Naturally supplements, it contains natural and other premium ingredients. If this sounds up your alley, you can check out all of their products linked below. Thanks, Terry Naturally.
Day 4.
Morning glory, y'all. If you're looking at me thinking, what the hell? I can't see a damn thing. It's because our power is out, and it went out first thing this morning. I don't know when it's coming back. It's currently 15 degrees outside, so I hope soon. Keep the cold in that fridge. But either way, I'm actually leaving, and I'm going to my friend's house from baby group, who's hosting a bunch of us to have a baby paint party with edible paints today, which is going to be totally wicked, and I'm very excited. So I'm just packing a snack of some Greek yogurt and some granola, and Finley's bringing the car around for me. He's actually staying here because he has to take our painting in. We have an appointment with the framer to have the glass replaced on the art above our bed. So he's gonna take that in while I'm at my friend's house. And oh, also last night, when she went down to sleep, I decided, why not declutter my entire bathroom and reorganize it? Because I think it's been about a year since I did that with you guys. And I didn't film it just because I was in like my bra and underwear, like sorting through everything, sitting on my bathroom floor. But I did film a before and after of all of that for you. And it may not look that different, okay? But I am decluttering a lot of old like supplements and things that we just no longer use. And I also sorted out a bunch of stuff, like this is for when I get my period back. This is like a basket for postpartum and pregnancy related things and hair care and all that kind of stuff. So that was helpful, and I'm feeling a lot better about that. And what is my other update for you? Oh, my new deodorant. I would say I'm enjoying it so far. It's working better at night than my other deodorants. We have to keep the room a more comfortable, warm temperature for the baby, obviously, and I run hot, so sometimes I just sweat like a hog. It's such a funny saying because hogs don't sweat. That's why they wallow in mud holes. Anyway, it's working good. Okay, the lighting is truly horrendous in the car right now because the basement lights are not on. Although I did come home and the power is back, which is great. I got like a text from our power company once I had left the house being like, power is restored. So it was not out for too long. Finley is at the gallery appointment getting the picture reframed, and I just got back home and I am so tired, although it was so much fun. This is Corvidia's beautiful art piece that she made. I put her name on it and the date. And we basically used these like natural pigment edible paints for babies. So this is like turmeric and spirulina and like beets, you know, there's just like natural edible ingredients in them. And it was so funny and so messy. The babies were just like taking handfuls of them and be like smearing them all over their faces. It was truly a sight to see. They were ravenous for the paints. And it was so nice to go over to my friend's house, and she was such an amazing host. She made like a whole bagel spread and had coffee, and there was like quiche. Oh, it was incredible. And just, you know, catching up with all the rants in my social circle. Always a pleasure to see them, but I am, yeah, exhausted. I got really, really bad sleep last night for some reason. She was just like not having it. She said, sleep? Never heard of her. So I think I might take her lead and go take a nap as well.
One nap later.
Who's cuter, me or him? Probably me, right? Look at our big lonely wall. Now that our art's taken off there to get reframed, we just have 2 pieces of heavy-duty Velcro that were holding the frame down. I need to take those off. Maybe put something temporarily up because it's looking pretty boring. Our friends actually came over last night after I got home and tried to take a little bit of a nap. And it was fantastic to see them. They stayed very late. Probably the latest they've ever stayed. I think they stayed until like almost midnight. So it was a totally wicked, crazy time. And then I woke up this morning and I've just been editing, and Finley just came in here and said he's getting very antsy and a little bit anxious for the Commanders game because today's game determines who goes to the Super Bowl. The Commanders are playing the Eagles at 3 p.m. and it's currently like 11, and he was like, what if we just, you know, left the house until the game starts? And I was like, okay. So we're gonna try to go to this brunch place that I've heard good things about, and it's called Bacon Me Crazy. So we're gonna go there and check things out with my little hiccuper. You got the hiccups? Okay, I had to leave brunch to go feed in the car. The place that we're eating at is very busy. This is a very, very small town. We're in Hinsdale, New Hampshire. And it took a minute to like drive out here. Honestly, it was a great drive. We were just like listening to old Mac Miller, I Love Life, Thank You. It's like one of my favorite mixtapes from back in the day. And it was released on Spotify posthumous, but it was always like out on various platforms until then. But anyway, I was showing Finley some of those songs that he hadn't heard. And so that was nice. And then we got to the restaurant, and it's just like so packed in there, which is understandable, you know, it's a Sunday, but they're just super understaffed. So it's like been a 45-minute wait, and we're still waiting on food, and she was just getting very antsy. She's like, sitting here for 45 minutes? Hell, I got places to be, nipples to see, you know? So I just came out here to feed her in the car and we're just hanging out. But hopefully the food's good. It's kind of making me miss the pigs because this place is called Bacon Me Crazy and their entire branding is just like pig stuff everywhere. Taking in the sweet views down by the creek. It's not too freezing today. It's like in the 30s, which is shocking. It's been in the teens for a very long time. Both of our teams are playing today, not just the Commanders at 3, but the Chiefs are playing at 8. So we both are crossing our fingers that they're gonna get to the Super Bowl. But then we were talking about if they go to the Super Bowl, our teams will have to play each other. Ah, gorgeous waterfall, half frozen. So what did you think about Bacon Me Crazy?
I was not obsessed. I probably won't be going back.
Okay. All right, I have a mini project to show you today that involves this mushroom that I got recently. And it's honestly big enough to be a laundry basket in the children's bedroom that we will be making downstairs, but we're room sharing while she's small. And until that day comes, I need a place to put all of her toys because the chest, which you guys are actually sitting on right now, so I don't want to move you, we have a chest at the bottom of our bed where we keep extra diapers, extra wipes, and like blankets and stuff like that. And all of her toys at night, I just take them all out of here and I just like put them in a giant pile on the floor. And then during the day when we're having like a pack and play moment with the crib, I put all of the toys back in here. But I would love a place to contain them. So I have this giant mushroom basket from Lorena Canals. I find this brand to be incredible, but obviously something to save up for. They make rugs and baskets and all these cute handmade and sustainably made toys and stuff, and it's supposed to like mimic gills. It just came recently in the mail, so it's still gaining its shape, but it would look like this. And then we'd have a little mushroom full of toys. Anyway, I need to put all of the toys in here. And the reason I said it looks like a laundry basket is because our laundry baskets are also woven like this, and I need to fold and put away the laundry today as well. So I'm going to do that, and hopefully she'll just kind of chill and play with her books. She's obsessed with her bookcases right now. This is going to make my life a whole lot easier. I honestly should also just strip and wash the crib sheets right now since I'm doing laundry today. But there you have it, folks. An adorable mushroom that can be moved out of the way. Also, I do want to take these 2 black strips of Velcro off of the wall, but the Velcro, I'm worried, is going to peel the paint off, and I just peeled a little bit of it, and it is indeed doing that. So instead, I'm just going to keep them there for right now. And now I'm just going to fold a little bit of laundry while I talk to y'all. So I have been, I don't know, just like gathering all of my thoughts and content inspiration and your suggestions for the new year. And I really appreciate all of you leaving your comments on the last vlog about like series ideas that you miss, or just like videos I used to film that you're like, damn, it's been so long. I would love to see a return for those types of things. And I want to say I got a lot of suggestions for Shuffle That Shit to return, but because of copyright, I cannot do that on YouTube. I can pretty much only do that on my Patreon, but I have been wanting to bring that back to my Patreon anyway. It's just one of those series that I can only film in the car without her, because I used to like prop my camera up on my dashboard and drive around, but I do not feel comfortable like filming that and doing that with my baby in the car. So I just want to say that like it will have to be a series that I try to find time to film alone without her, and I do have her in the car most times when I leave because I am exclusively breastfeeding. So basically she just never really took a bottle. Some babies just don't. So if you're ever wondering why she's like always coming with me in the car, I would say that is the #1 reason, because I gotta have her ready to feed when the hunger pang strikes. Also, I got a lot of suggestions for bringing back I Love This Stuff as a series on here, and I'm wondering if you guys would prefer that to be short form content like an Instagram reel or a TikTok or something, because I have had the thought to basically bring it there instead. Or do you want me to incorporate it into like regular vlogs like this and just have a little segment where I'm like, my name's Meghan Hughes and this is everything I've been loving this month, and then I can just like share with you all of my various things. Because that series was really great for me to be able to talk about not only like beauty products that I enjoy, but also like media, you know, books and TV shows and music and movies and all that kind of stuff. So I miss it too, and I would love to bring that series back in a way that feels more sustainable, and by that I mean in a way that I feel like people will actually watch it and enjoy it, because having one-off videos of those, like, people just don't watch that kind of content anymore. I know you guys say that you want it, and I agree with you that I want it to come back too, but we need to like reinvent it in a new way. And then what was the other thing that people wanted? Oh, they just want like recommendations for sustainability and herbalism and random stuff like that. A lot of people love the cooking segments, and I just need to get better in my own life at basically just like planning out recipes that I want to make with you and having maybe like a couple of those in every video. I mean, I feel like I do already do that in the vlogs, but sometimes I'm like, oh God, I don't know what groceries I have, and then we'll make something really random rather than like a thought out recipe, you know, which I do like to make those as well, like giving it a little more thought and time rather than just like a random frittata recipe with all the scrappy stuff from my refrigerator. Anyway, those are my initial thoughts after seeing your suggestions for content for 2025. Basically, all I'm trying to say is this year, I'm trying to give the people what they want, okay? Because while I know you like the vlogs and you want the vlogs, there are aspects of the vlogs that have just gotten so much more difficult since having a baby, just because I'm not showing her online and I'm protecting her privacy. Like, I can really only film in certain ways with her now that she's on the move. Like, that's why you see me filming so much in the car, because she's in one car seat, like one specific location that I can just censor that and we just move on. And a lot of times she like falls asleep in the car, so I feel like I can get more out without her needing something or interrupting me. Aspen Ovard talks about this really well, and I feel like explains it better than me because she's been a mom for longer than me online. But if you guys notice in Aspen's videos, she's normally in one location filming one video or filming in her car. And that structure of filming with children is basically just the best, because like you can just film with your baby like crawling around you while you like do a get ready with me, you know, if they're being well behaved and good and playing with a toy or something, or filming in the car and just like blurring parts of the car. Like, those are little filming formulas that work well with children. What doesn't work well is like time lapses where you have to fast forward this clip, but you also have to censor your child's face. And sometimes when you fast forward a clip in editing, the censor doesn't stay tracking them. So basically, like in the last video, for example, when I was filming us doing a time lapse clean, I only included video footage of her where her head was turned away from the camera because the tracking sensor wasn't actually staying on her face when I sped up that clip. So then it's like, I want to be able to use that footage, but I can only use a very small portion of it where she's having her privacy protected. Anyway, I could talk about this for a while, just like all of the different filming things. And I even am somewhat protective now that she's finding her voice more, that I'm like, oh my God, I don't know what I'm going to end up sharing as she gets older and she's like talking more. But that's kind of like a, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it kind of a thing. But this all being said, I do appreciate all of your suggestions so much, especially the more sit down video focused things. Okay, we're gonna read The Very Hungry Caterpillar finger puppet book now. See ya. Okay, I was just having some carrot sticks with some celery sticks and this delicious hummus from Holyoke. Somebody was like having a pop-up selling this at the co-op and they were giving samples and I tried some and it is so freaking good. It just says hummus flavored hummus. So nothing crazy in there, but it is truly chef's kiss. I'm probably going to have leftover frittata for dinner, but I wanted to show you what I'm making right now. It looks like the starts of a hot toddy minus the whiskey, because that's basically what it is. I have like an inch piece of ginger in there, a slice of lemon, and a cinnamon stick. And you can add your own honey, which I should probably do. I'll just mix in there in a second. Rue, you're not getting your ball. Y'all know I don't like anything too sweet, although I do have this giant jar of honey. It's been lasting me for a very long time. I'm just gonna do a little dollop, mix that bad boy in there. I'm just having this instead of like a crazy tea. Honestly, on the herbalism note, for those of you who care, I really feel as though I need to take the pregnancy herbalism course just so that I know more herbs that are safe for nursing and pregnancy, because I always second guess myself. I'm like, is this okay? And then a lot of the research is like very minimal. And then I'm like, well, if there's not enough research, like, should I be having having that, and then I just end up saying no. So definitely for the ones who want more herbalism content, I would say that that is why it is so minimal lately. Not that you can't have herbs during pregnancy and while you're nursing and stuff. I mean, there's plenty of herbs that are completely fine to have, but sometimes my brain gets in the way. But I do love nettle. I love chamomile every now and again. It's not like I don't have these ones in my life that I do enjoy, but it's just a few here and there. And I don't want any chamomile tea. It's too early right now to have that, honestly. I actually changed my mind last minute. I was looking at how boring my tea is and I said, hell. This just exploded all over me. I'm in shock. Okay. All right, let's try that again. Normally this time. Be a normal girl. I really wish I was a normal girl. Okay, I'm gonna clean this up. If you're wondering what's in this, by the way, there's a handful of things, but I'd say what helps the most for me personally, especially with PCOS, spearmint leaf and marshmallow root. There's also lemongrass in here, which I never even realized until right now.
The next day.
Good morning and guten tag. This is everything that we need to get rid of. Tech recycling, some stuff, well not some stuff, everything I cleared out from the bathroom declutter the other night. All of these supplements can go to a supplement and old expired medicine recycling at our local pharmacy. A lot of pharmacies have that, like a big drop box that's like locked and stuff. And today I am wanting to check some things off of my big to-do list that I keep in the notes tab of my phone that has been having the same things on it, I'd say, for upwards of 6 months. Honestly, it could be even longer. Starting with removing these stupid blinds that are ugly life ruiners for me. Every time I see them, I say, I hate those blinds. And it would take maybe a few minutes to collect all of the blinds in the house and all of the old clips and stuff. So let's do that now. Cobwebs. These just need to be thrown out because these are really not only dirty, but they're also damaged. The previous owner, I don't know, there was some kind of a burn mark on these, like something happened. Nobody knows what happened, honey.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
I guess this would be a lot quicker with a drill. One done. Where to next? Probably that little window up there. Why would you ever put blinds on this tiny of a window? That's what I wonder. That one was easy. These are the things that you put off for so long, but they improve your life greatly. Nothing better than cleaning your kitchen and then taking out the Christmas tree.
No, it would be horrible.
Bye, tree. Enjoy your forever life in the woods. I mean, this is just... Who's gonna clean this all up, huh? Rue? She said it's not me. I didn't do it. Are you gonna clean it up, Corvidia? Oh, Larry might clean it up. He said he's just gonna finish sunbathing first. We had to break out the shop vac. It's pretty heavy work for our Dyson. I got my fur-lined slipper Crocs on right now as house shoes because every little piece of Christmas tree sticking to my socks. Finley said next year he's just gonna open these French doors and push the tree out, and I was like, yeah, why did we not do that? Then we'd only have to clean like this area. And I'm not even done. It's been like an hour of cleaning, I swear. Okay, I'm finally done cleaning. Also, new angle unlocked. I've never filmed on top of the pile of drywall before that's in our kitchen. This is also not sponsored. I wanted to talk about this really quickly because I'm gonna be trying out something new, okay? Some hydration support, AKA electrolyte packets. I've tried so many electrolytes, all the popular ones, Liquid IV, Element, Key Nutrients, and I've enjoyed them all at separate times in my life, but I've been seeing these a lot, specifically the hydration support for pregnant and nursing people, and they don't have like extra added crap in them, so I'm gonna try these and I don't know, maybe switch. You never know, folks. Could become a new thing in my routine. Also, I don't know if I ever showed you guys the painting that we got framed, and it was literally at the framers for God, I don't know, 5 months. This was a wedding gift from one of our friends who painted it, and no, it is not Finley, although it does look kind of like him, Brunette King, but yeah, it's just like this massive art piece that is right above our basement stairs. But you know, once we hypothetically move all of our crap, you'll be able to see it a lot better just hanging above the stairs there. It's a very large painting. I think it's 5 foot by 5 foot. So there was only a handful of places in the house we could hang it, but damn, I love it. It looks so unbelievably good. And this actually has the anti-reflection glass on it, so we're getting something similar, but like a plexiglass, like cheaper version for what's above our bed. Well, what used to be above our bed. The painting of the woman leaning against the tiger. But wow, I am really, really glad that cleaning is over. Gosh. Okay, I'm gonna go hydrate and feed and continue about my day. Hello, I'm coming to you from editing to add this in. But do you remember a couple months ago when I said it was like in the fall that our well was drying up and we were having issues with our major water running appliances, like our dishwasher and our washing machine? Well, it was a mixture of a couple of things. Yes, we were in a severe drought, but we also checked the sediment filters on both of those appliances and they were just like filled with rocks and other sediment that like had gotten into our well. So in these next clips, Finley's going to be installing a sediment filter, which I didn't even know existed, that you can put onto your plumbing system. So hope you enjoy learning about all of that.
Okay, so today I'll be trying to do a little PEX work. PEX is what's next. Gotta get my head in the game. Alright, two things actually happening here. This is all to run the supply lines to the new bathroom, but this stuff over here, this is called a reusable spin down sediment water filter. So the water comes in one side, comes down here, kind of vortexes around, then goes through this 50 micron screen, and then comes up and out the other side of that thing. I'm getting it because I have a lot of large sediment that's blocking the screens on my dishwasher, my washing machine, stuff like that. So this will clear all those out, and then I can just put a bucket under here, twist this, it'll force all the water out and kind of clean out the screen and stuff of the sediment, turn it back, and we're good to go. This model also, I could buy a attachment that makes this process automatic and then plumb this with that little set there, plumb this into my waistline to my septic system, but I'm just not going to do that. It's not worth the effort to me. It's easier to just do a flush whenever I feel like I need to and just dump the bucket outside, not a big deal. They also have ones with bypasses built into them, so you could flush it, do whatever you want, replace the screen without needing to shut off the water to the rest of your house. $50 more for that or something. I didn't feel like it was worth it. So PEX is very cheap. I mean, I am shocked that I asked Meg how much she thought it would be for all this stuff, which keep in mind includes some like shark bite fittings, pro press stuff, the actual tools to do it, you know, so there's some more expensive, and then I got a lot of bulk things where it's like much more than I need. All that together was like $384 or something like that, which is crazy. That is not the feeling I had when I've done any copper plumbing. I mean, it's just prices get high really fast, and I mean, if you're using compression fittings like shark bites, it's unbelievably expensive. I mean, it's fine for one little quick fix or something. They work based off of outside diameter, so I can slip this compression fitting onto a copper pipe and then on the other two T's of it put in a piece of PEX pipe, and as long as, you know, it's the right size, then that's a way to kind of join the two different systems together in an approved way. So, I mean, this is sex, drugs, rock and roll. This is where it's all at, and my heart is racing thinking about this job, but I am going to try to fit that spin down sediment filter right in here. I mean, I'm pushing it, I know that, but I got it anchored to the wall here, so it's, you know, really things are quite sturdy here, so I won't actually need to use the mounting equipment, which it says in the manual is optional. If I put it here, I'm going to cut it as close as I can and then put my Pro Press on like that. This is going to have a lot of bend here, allow me to kind of push it back like that. When I make these cuts, even though I do anticipate it'll be maybe an inch too small of a gap here, I think I'll be able to just kind of like widen the space out. If not, it's going to suck because I'm going to have to replumb like all of this. So I really hope that I could make it work, but I don't have many other alternatives. Oh, I didn't turn the water off. But you can see the wiggle on that, so my hope is that I can just get the bend I'm looking for. This may drain the entire water from my whole house, in which case I'll probably need another bucket. So I'm gonna go look. I think maybe if I turned on all the sinks and whatnot, that would, you know, how if you hold your finger on top of a straw, the water won't come out. So like when those faucets are closed, I think it holds the water in the pipes, but then you open it, I think it all would drain. So hopefully Meg doesn't open anything. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. That's how you do it. Who needs the right way? We can do it however the few on. Hey, I don't see a leak here. I don't see a leak here. Looks good to me, Bobby. All right, let's go. This is gonna end up super simple. I just need to ProPress these in and I'm done with this. So really easy installation. I've been loving this ProPress system. It wasn't too expensive to get into with the manual. You gotta twist this to make it build up pressure. Okay, so y'all just almost watched one of those famous ups. This would have just been horrible had I done this. This would have been infuriating had I done this. It says like 40 times in the instruction, make sure you set this up the right way. So I don't know how exactly I forgot, but there's arrows here. So water's coming in this way. This needs to be flipped around. Otherwise, this is not gonna do anything. This is, yeah, gonna be utterly useless. Because the thing is, like, had I not noticed, I couldn't just take it out and replace it. Like, I'd have to redo so much plumbing. One of these 3/4 inch ProPress valves is like literally, I think these are like $35 or even more maybe. It's really expensive. All right, now we're good. Whew, God, what a rush. All right, let's see what happens. Whoa. Well, that's what it looks like. Let's see what happens if I try flushing it. Holy shit. So you can see how brown that water is. I don't really know why, but probably worth a flush.
I realized in editing that this next clip basically has like completely no context to it, but because Finley was doing the sediment filter work and it was successful, then we wanted to make sure that there was no blockages or sediment still in the dishwasher line. So we pulled out the dishwasher, and then when we pulled it out, we were both like, ugh, we need to vacuum behind this. So that's what I'm doing. This man, he was obsessed with collecting the like tops of cans, like the entire kitchen, all in the cabinets, all under the cabinets. I also found this, whatever this is. Well, I've had a couple of loose bags of spices sitting on my spice rack for a while, so I figure might as well label and get them in their little jars. The only one that doesn't have a label actually is this, which is alum, like for pickling and stuff. This has so many random seasonings, so I don't know why it doesn't have a label, but that's fine. What really needs to go in here is this giant bag of ginger. Our co-op for the spice section used to have these little plastic bags that you could fill, and they recently went no plastic, which is great. So now they have these little wax bags instead. It's just the perfect amount for this jar. This is the spice jar company that I use, by the way. If you're curious, there's black labels and white labels that come with all the jars. She's beautiful. Doing a little late night reorganizing. Beep beep brew. I feel good about this. The living room is currently a work in progress, but it's bath time and bedtime, so I'm gonna work on that again. Probably tomorrow.
Many hours later.
Hello folks, it's the next day now and we just got home from story time. So I wanted to show you some of our reads that we're gonna pick up. Today is the start of the Lunar New Year. Sorry if you can hear the saw. So we're gonna read this one. The librarian said that her children used to love it. And then she loved this book. We read this at story time and sang all of the songs today. And she was obsessed. Down by the Station by Will Hillenbrand. I love books that build like every page. If it's like a sing song, then they'll like add another phrase onto it. You know what I mean? Like it'll start with puff puff and then the next page it'll be like puff puff toot toot. And then the next page it'll be like puff puff toot toot thrump thrump. Off we go. Anyway, really fun story time today. I love my librarian, and there's an older woman who used to work in early childcare that will do story time for us sometimes as well. So it's always just a lovely, joyous time. I also wanted to unbox this with you. My mother-in-law sent me some baby clothes that she said she originally ordered for Christmas and they did not arrive on time. So she was like, if it's not too late, I'm still gonna send them to you. Just a bit delayed because they're for 6 to 9 months and she is 8 months old. So she can get some wear out of them and then we can just use them for our next children. This is the company. I have a baby song stuck in my head right now. Skidamarinka-dinka-dink. Oh my God. Skidamarinka-doo. I love you, mushroom boots. These are unbelievable. She told me, she was like, they are kind of Christmas colored, but I'm glad that I got the ones that I did because they're also just mushroom themed. So not just for Christmas, these are unreal. Oh my God. Sometimes my mother-in-law watches the vlogs, so thank you. Oh my gosh. Oh, no way. A bubble? You know I love a bubble. Oh, wow, 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 wow. Honey, these are adorable. You're gonna love them. As if that wasn't enough, let's look at the second one. Gosh, she spoils us. Unbelievably cute. These little shorties. Oh, are they wool? I think that they're wool. I am obsessed. Gosh, sometimes when I see baby clothes, I'm like, I wish I could wear these for myself. They're magnificent. God, I'm so happy I showed you guys that. I was considering not. Then you would have missed out on, yeah, they are wool. You would have missed out on all of the glory of seeing Olivia Millie knitwear. Chef's kiss. We also got a package from Finley's godmother, so we're gonna break this bad boy open.
She loves playing with boxes of tea, so.
It's perfect for you, honey.
This is perfect for me. These things are delicious.
Mmm.
You think shortbread, it's like, who needs it? But it's actually really good. Rainbows! Untamed and beautiful national parks.
Wow.
Set a calendar.
Well, this was a pretty cute haul for the whole family. She even took some inspiration from Finley and got a pull and push toy. And he actually got a piggy push and pull toy for Corvidia for Christmas. And then she also sent these little crystals so we can put them in our windows and they can put rainbows all over the place. And a little baby book. We'll bring this upstairs. Hello folks, we meet again on the treadmill. Sorry if things are sort of bouncing on my treadmill desk top. You know, I'm moving, so they are as well. I have her strapped to me and we'll see if she falls asleep. But we are walking. I don't know what my goal is going to be for how long I want to walk, but I am doing a 21-day challenge of walking every single day, inside or outside if the weather permits, but there are like 40-mile-per-hour wind gusts outside today and it is just way too freaking chilly. So we're doing inside to start. But today is the first day of my challenge, and basically it's funny that I chose this as my challenge to start because in my last video I was talking about how I back in November tried to do like a daily walk goal, but I was like, you know what, while that's a good idea or whatever, some days it's just not in the cards for me. And it's like, yeah, some days you just have to make it in the cards for you, like regardless of all the things that parenthood brings and the ups and downs and in-betweens of teething and all these big growth spurts, and if they're not sleeping as well or whatever, it's like regardless of that, just putting her in the carrier and taking a little walk. And hopefully, I think right now she's taking a nap. But I've just been reflecting on like this time last year in 2024 and just like the early part of the year, like the first 3 months. I really attribute a lot of my joy and contentment in those months to sticking to a structure and a routine and completing these challenges for myself. I think in 21-day increments, I did 3 different goals: daily walks, daily meditation, and then maybe daily reading, I think, so I could get back into reading. But accomplishing those and sticking to that routine was just like so amazing for me. And basically, Finley's cousin, Charlie, has started this, and I think I talked about this last year when I was doing these challenges, but he started this program called the Dragon Challenge. And it's basically like you pick your dragon name. Mine is a Harbinger of Death, which is really, Finley said, out of character for me. But I am wanting to bring death upon all of the things that hold me back this year, mentally, physically, spiritually, you know, just all those things where I'm like, yeah, I can't do X, Y, and Z because of these reasons. And it's like, okay, well, that's not really true. You could do it if you just tried. The Dragon Challenge program has sort of amped up in the past year. He's really outfitted the program more, and he's still continually working on it. But basically, yes, you pick your dragon name and you enter in your goal for the 21 days. And some examples of other people's goals are like no social media. Somebody else's goal was like answer every single phone call that I get unless it's spam. And I think that's a great goal because I am one to avoid phone calls like the plague. But I just called my grandma in the car on the way home from story time and it was a fantastic call and I was due to call her back for a call that I missed months ago. Call your grandma if she's still around, okay? Anyway, some other people's goals are like no weed and no alcohol and stuff like that for 21 days. So lots of various things that you can do. But basically, once you sign up, then you have like built-in accountability through this program where he checks in on you and he encourages you to finish your quest to become a dragon slayer and slay that dragon of your challenge. And it's fun, it's fantasy, it's quirky, it's silly. And if you're interested, I would link it down below. He did not ask me to do this, by the way. I'm just giving him some free promo because I love him, okay? Not just because he's family, but because he has a great mind. And he's one of the most structured people that I know. He's one of those people where I'm like, damn, bro, you could have been a Marine. Okay, the way that you stick to a plan and follow it through. And it's really inspiring. I know this is like getting a little critical and sometimes people don't like when I do this. They're like, you're too hard on yourself, Meg. Like last night I put up a post on Patreon just talking about like how I want to be better and show up more on that platform. And people were like, cut yourself a break, you had a baby. And I'm like, I understand that, but also like I have standards for myself that I want to meet and I want to hold myself accountable. Anyway, this is all just to say, one of my least favorite qualities about myself is basically my like ability to talk about it but not to finish it. I am very rarely a finisher. So right now some mantras that are ringing true for me are real G's move in silence like lasagna, thank you Lil Wayne, but not talking about things until I'm actually doing them. There's just been so many things over the years where I'm like, I'm gonna bring back this thing to this platform, or I'm gonna do this, or I'm gonna start this, or launch this. And then like life changes and shifts around and you can't predict where life is going to go. So then I don't follow through on certain things. And then I am like embarrassed because I said anything in the first place. And then always it's just like still on my to-do list to do that one thing that I didn't do X amount of years ago. And I think just getting realistic about your goals in the new year is really important because realism is something that I don't think I have very often when it comes to goal setting. And it's more just like, oh my God, this would be an amazing thing to do. I'm gonna do it. I'm not even gonna give you guys examples because we don't need to go through the track record of my unfinished goals. But I'm sure in your own personal life, you've had some stuff like that as well, you know? So I think just this year, having the realistic idea of the person I could be is great to strive for. And I think not like packing too much into that, too much expectation is really what's important for me too. Like not holding myself to too high of an expectation of like, oh, you need to do all these things and stick to this schedule and blah, 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 blah. Like even if I fail this 21-day walking challenge, that is fine. At least I freaking tried. But this is just like, I don't know, a walk and talk with me segment where I'm getting some things off my chest. Because I'm a very passionate person. It's very easy for me to get passionate and fiery and let my airy side out and be like, bam, 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 these are all the things I'm gonna do. But actually fully realizing them is a completely different thing that I'm hoping for one of these days, brother. Sorry for the sounds of my treadmill. At first I thought it was a saw because Finley is doing some construction in the back, but I actually think it's just the treadmill sort of dragging and I need to tighten it. Also, oh my God, I forgot to say, so last night we were sort of moving some things around in this cluster of a living room. The living room right now is half baby playroom, half living room, TV room. There's just a lot in here and it's not that big of a space. And you know, like I always say with certain things in this house too, like this is going to be a space that changes drastically. Like this is in no way the fully realized version of this room, but intermittently we need to make it functional, baby proof and safe. And I just want to improve upon this space so much. And I thought maybe I would do that in this video, but I don't actually think I'm going to have time. But that is a this week or next week goal for me. I gotta get this video up. I'm also just trying to stay a little bit more consistent on my platforms this year, not just like I was talking about with Patreon, but with YouTube. I think this year for content creation across all platforms, something that I want to say is like something has to give. And that's how I feel right now with the structure of my vlogs. vlogs. Like, I enjoy the vlogs so much for so many different reasons, but also because of what I talked about earlier in this video. I think since having a baby, I've had the realization, like, because I'm not showing everything, I have to be picky about what I am showing, and the monotony of that is kind of getting to me. I just need to get that off my chest for me, you know, and then we can move on with life and creation. I mean, just like get more creative with my videos again, and maybe let go for once of the idea of perfection. And when I say perfection, I mean, I guess like the formula of how I used to film for sit-down videos. Like, I would make sure that my background was clean and tidy. I would make sure that there was no noise at all whatsoever going off in the background. I would try to like make myself all put together and stuff. And it's not even that those things matter less to me, because in a perfect world, I would still have the ability to do those things a little bit more now, but like, you know, with my little lady, it's just a little different. And sometimes like maybe I film a video and she's just babbling in the background, or maybe I film a video and there's like a saw going off in the back and I don't look all put together and with my hair did or anything like that. But it's a video and I'm sharing and connecting with you because that's just what I want, because I love you, okay? I'm your wife and I'm sexual and I love you. Anyway, apparently it's Get It Off Your Chest Tuesday if anybody wants to get anything off their chest in the comments. Not towards me, I mean about you. Just to make that very clear. I don't really remember what the beginning and end of this rant was, but I hope some of it stuck with you, and I just wanted to say all that. Love ya. All right, my darlings, it might be a little loud over here because I put you right next to the wood stove, but I'm in my new cozy corner with the chaise. And like I said, this is still a whip, a work in progress, okay? But I'm going to end this video off here. Finley needs the camera to do some construction work with it, and I just want to get this up. So anyway, when I'm not on here, I'm on Patreon. I love you, and I will talk to you soon. Have a fantastic day whenever you're watching this. Stay smiling. Bye, y'all.